can you imagine? You work your whole life to help others, and then you get a knock on the door, and within 35 hours, you're dead.
Test. 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 SU 6129 423 0820 3000 hours. Subjects Jeannie and Dr. James REDD, landing Utah. Hi, Jim.
Gardner, I presume.
Yes, how you doing?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Jeannie.
Hi.
So good to meet you.
Good to meet you. I've talked to you so many times, but never have I seen you before.
Killer stuff.
Well,
You just have a gorgeous collection.
let me show you what I found. I found every bit of this. This, I love gaming pieces.
Oh, yeah.
This is a wood gaming piece. Wood out of Rounder Cave.
My mom really loved Indian artifacts.
And this side is etched all the way up and down. Oh, do you know how excited I was?
She loved the Anasazi in particular because it was in her backyard. She grew up there. And because she respected and loved the land. They were there. They were there before her.
Oh, that is gorgeous, Jeannie.
This one came just 2 miles south of here on Murphy Point, and I know it was out of a burial, and I know for sure that the Indian who wore that walked on my hill because he had been hunting.
Oh, yeah.
He wore it here hunting, and now it's in my collection.
As you hike around Blanding, there are Anasazi ruins all over. And as you're walking around, you see pottery. It's everywhere. Arrowheads, pendants, stuff like that. My dad was a physician, and he didn't have a lot of time. In his time off, he wanted to do what she wanted to do to make her happy. And she would like to go out in the hills. She would go look on the surface of the ground. And my dad would go out just to be with her. It was not his interest.
From the time he started going to southern Utah with his father, he just developed a deep connection and an almost spiritual bond with the Southwest. When he went there and, listened to the quiet breeze in the canyon or looked at an empty ruin or a petroglyph, he felt that peace and connection with the land and with the people he could imagine had been there 1,000 years before.
Now, this has not been cleaned up yet.
Wow.
And that was under the ground?
Yeah, that's fresh out of the ground.
He wanted the investigation to destroy the artifacts trade because he had seen how much looting and illegal digging it promoted.
He wants 10 for it.
Who just said $10,000?
You will never, ever see another rattle mug like this again in your life. And I don't say that very often about stuff.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and you know what? I know what you're saying. It's true.
Give me a hug. Take care,
you.
sweetheart.
You too.
Hey, Dan. Jeannie needs time to think about it. I think I got her.
The years leading up to him getting clean and becoming the informant, he was not the person that I knew growing up. He had gotten deeply into drugs, painkillers specifically, and seemed to have completely lost himself. The investigation was his way of reaching inside of himself and recasting himself and finding a new purpose.
Got any perishable stuff I can talk you out of?
I don't have much, and I just think I'll hang on to what I have. But I don't know. See, I have a wedding coming up. My daughter's getting married in 2.5 weeks.
Oh, wow. If you need money for your daughter's wedding, I mean,
Then I have to think about.
I've got cash. How about if we did 1,000 for that one, 500, 600, and 8. 5, 6, 8, and 1,000.
He spent more than 2 years constantly on the road, working undercover, interviewing, filming people. He felt just a real sense of worth, I think, for the first time in a long time.
Can I carry this out for you?
That would be wonderful if you wouldn't mind. Jeannie,
Thank
thank you, sweetheart. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Jim, thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Good to see you. Take care. SU 6129, 1800 hours end. Dr. Jim and Jeannie Redd. Daughter also present.
I got a phone call from my sister. She was very frantic, and she said the FBI and the BLM took mom and dad.
Today, federal officials announced they arrested 24 people, charging them with removing or damaging artifacts from public or tribal land. According to court documents, the FBI had an inside source who secretly taped with both audio and video the alleged looters and bought, at the direction of the government, 256 artifacts worth more than $335,000.
The media reports state that over 100 federal agents were used in this operation. They came in full combat gear, SWAT team gear.
My dad was charged with possession of that little teeny shell.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think of that little dude there?
That is
Huh?
nice.
He knows just the thing to say.
You're talking about the little white panda, right?
They said that it was worth over $1,000, making it a felony. It's worth $75 from the best, well-known, reliable expert in the field.
And that extreme show of force and presence has been perceived by the community out there and the civic leaders in San Juan County as not only unnecessary, but brutal.
I could hear my sister as she got to the house. I could hear her screams.
In the process, one of the leading figures in the whole county down there, he was by all intents and purposes an upstanding member of the community, a decent, honorable man, critical to the community, committed suicide.
And I remember looking down and I thought, I don't have a dad anymore. I don't have a dad anymore.
After Jim Redd's suicide, I think he felt a lot of remorse and guilt. And everything seemed to completely unravel in his life. He started drinking again. There were threats against his safety. He was sleeping with a gun. The self-worth that he felt during the investigation seemed to just evaporate.
911 emergency, what's your emergency? I heard a gun go off.
How many shots did you hear?
Just one.
Hearing the news, getting that call, it was pure shock. Shireen's voice, my stepmom, was just completely shaken. I knew instantly something had happened. The first thing she said was, "Your dad's dead. He shot himself." In the years since that point, those of us who were close to him do feel a sense of peace for him. And when we go to southern Utah and when we go backpacking, we feel like a part of him is there with us, and I feel that bond that will always be there.
I just wish that I could have been with Dad that night and held his hand like I used to as a kid. And said, Dad, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.